back. Welcome back, JDC family. My name is Jay. This is my Diecast Creations channel, and we are live for Thanksgiving. So I just wanted to jump on here for a couple minutes or so and wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Kick it with whoever's up for a minute, and then I'm gonna hit the hay. But figured I'd jump on real quick. It has been a long day, definitely a long day. We were on the road for we were on the road for like 8 hours today, just running around, running errands, doing everything we needed to do. Definitely a lot going on behind the scenes, and you guys will find out about all that later on down the road. But definitely a lot going on. Everything's good though. Everything's good. Everything is good. My dad's in town, all the way from Florida. Drove up, and of course they got some sickness going on over at my stepsister's house. So, he's gonna wait before he comes through. But we're gonna do a little family Thanksgiving here. Me, Amanda, the kids, my brother. So it'll be a good day. It'll be a good day. But just seeing if anybody's up. I know it's late. It's like 1:17. This is not scheduled. There's a few things I'm gonna go over. A few updates on the Pink Slips challenge and stuff like that. See if we can get some people in here. See if we get some people in here. It says there's 2 watching. We'll see. If nobody shows up, that's fine too. I just wanted to jump on and wish the JDC family a happy Thanksgiving. This is a day that I believe a lot of people lose focus of what it really is about, and I think it's important to remember what Thanksgiving is all about. It's important to not lose focus of the most important things in life. And one of the most important things in life is to be thankful, because that keeps you humble, right? If you forget what you're thankful for, that means that it didn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, right? Like it's just there. So you have to be thankful. You have to remember to be thankful of the things that really matter in life, because that translates to being humble, right? That's how my mind works, at least. And I'm thankful for the core. I'm thankful from the core because I've experienced the worst in life, right? And this wasn't planned. I wasn't planning on talking about any of this. This is Thanksgiving, right? So I'm remembering to be thankful for what I have. I've lost a lot in life, and when you lose something, it makes you appreciate that so much more. So much more. So be thankful for what you have. Don't lose focus of what's in front of you. It's very easy. It's very easy to get caught up in the little things. It's very easy to be caught up in the little things in life that don't really matter in the big scheme, If you have people there in front of you that love you and that you love, today is the day, because a lot of us don't say it enough. Today is the day to tell them that you love them. And look them in their eyes and tell them that, because some people need to hear it. Some people don't hear it enough, right? Especially if they're your family. you know? I don't know how many years I went without telling my brothers that I loved them. And I didn't actually end up saying those words until we lost our mom, right? Once my mom was gone, it and it's not that it made me realize how much I loved my brothers, but it made me so thankful that they were there and the words just came out, right? Now I have a family of my own, and I was telling Amanda the other night that there's not many things that I'm not scared of anything in life besides only a few things, which I'm not going to get into on here, but it revolves around living without my family or my family living without me. So these are the things that people don't think about unless they've experienced the worst in life. And when you do that, it makes you appreciate everything else that much more and appreciate the best in life that much more, if that makes sense. So this year for Thanksgiving, um, going live to whoever is watching this on the internet and telling the world that I'm thankful for everything that I have. We don't have a lot of money. We don't have nice cars. I don't buy new clothes. I have what I have, right? But I have love. And I have a family that loves me. And I have two beautiful daughters. And I have Amanda. And she loves me with all her heart. And my dad's here from Florida. My brothers, my nieces, my nephews. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for all of that. A lot of things are going to change. A lot of things are going to change in the next couple months. And as of right now, come May, we don't have a place to live. So when things get the toughest that they can be, it really opens your eyes, but it also, what I've experienced in my life is when things get rough, the real person comes out, right? I've experienced some really messed up stuff in my life, and it's made me who I am now because I've seen it, right? I know what it's like to go broke and have nothing at all, right? When they talk about eating ketchup packets for dinner and all that, like, you don't want to know what it's like to have nothing. I'm thankful. I am so thankful. Not only to have a house over my head right now, we got power, we got heat. Filled up the oil tank the other day, $700, right? These are things that everybody takes for granted, especially younger people. And I'm not trying to get on here and preach to anybody. There's nobody. I mean, I got 8 people watching, right? I'm getting on here to say what I need to say, so that maybe it makes a difference in somebody's life, right? Maybe it affects somebody that took everything for granted until it was too late, right? You go through those bad times and it opens your eyes. But some people have to go through those bad times to get there, right? They don't realize what they actually have in front of them until it's too late. I'm I'm glad that I got some of the roughest times out early so that I really appreciated what I had while it was here. And while it is here. So, I didn't mean to get on here and go serious on everybody. I wanted to say something that I don't even know. I went live and I didn't plan on saying any of this, alright? But I started talking, and Thanksgiving is something that makes you think. It makes you think, like, why is it a holiday in the first place? You know? I'm thankful. I am so thankful. And on top of that, I'm thankful for the JDC family, the guys and girls that got behind me when I needed something. I needed something to project my to project onto. I needed something to project onto, right? I needed to be able to sit down and build these cars to get my creative juices flowing, to get me in a good positive mood, and to make me feel good, and also start this YouTube channel where it it, it was more than just building cars, right? When I started the YouTube channel, it was something that I had thought about for years, making a channel, not necessarily building cars, but making a channel. And when I actually started the channel, um, and I had people from the Facebook start watching, and everybody was engaged and they really liked what I was doing, and I started to gain confidence. I started to gain confidence in front of a camera. 2 years ago, or through however long it's been since I started this, I never would have came on here and actually said what I just said about Thanksgiving and all that, because I was scared. I wasn't, not scared, but I didn't have the confidence to really say exactly what I wanted to say. And I go back and watch my first videos sometimes just as a reminder of how far I've came. I was nervous making my first recordings. So I'm grateful and thankful for all the people that have been here. It's been a long time since I started this, in a small scheme of things. It's been a long time. In the big scheme, it's, a blip on the map, right? But yeah, I'm grateful for the JDC family and everybody that's put their everybody that's taken their time and watched my videos and commented on stuff, and the friendships that I've made through this community are lifelong. Like some of these guys that I've met are, I know that I'm gonna know them for a long time, right? I haven't read the chat. It's a small chat, but I do see Charles and Andrew are here, and Mark's here, and Eddie's here. All these guys, I'm gonna know for a long time, whether I never make another YouTube video again or not, right? There's a network of people throughout the country, throughout the world, that I can tap into now because you guys know who I am, and I know who you guys are. Well, to a certain extent, right? You can only know so much from behind the camera. But for that, I'm grateful and I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. You know, I'm thankful that I have food in my house, that we have an oven to cook it in, right? And a refrigerator to keep it cold. People might think that this is stupid, that what I'm saying right now. because society has trained the society is trained to just not think about this stuff. Like it's just a given, right? But I know what it's like to not have it. To sleep in the dark with no heat. Like it's not fun. It's the worst that it can be. I know what it's like. And I'm not saying that I'm like, you know, you guys know what I'm saying. When you don't have it, you appreciate it, right? So I'm thankful. I'm very thankful for Thanksgiving and the things that I have and the people that love me. So I hope I didn't go too far off a cliff right there. But I wanted you guys to know what I was thankful for this year, and I'm thankful for my family upmost number one, right? The most. I'm scatterbrained too. It's been a long day, but I definitely wanted to get on here and just say what's up to everybody and let you guys know. Well, I didn't even know I was gonna do that, but I'll let you know what I'm thankful for. You know, overall, I'm thankful for Amanda and for my baby girls. They are my world now. Everything revolves around them, and I would do I would do so much for them. I would do anything for them. And that's just the truth. So that's what I'm thankful for this year. We're gonna have a turkey, and Amanda's making string bean casserole tomorrow, and mashed potatoes. And I think that's it. She's gonna make a pumpkin pie. She's never made a pumpkin pie. We went to Costco to get one tonight because I wanted a pumpkin pie, and they were sold out. They were sold out. The guy said they sold 1,500 pies. I am thankful that there's a place that we can go and purchase one of 1,500 pies, right? Because that's something that people lose track of too. There's people in the world that can't go and do that. So, maybe I'm just feeling some type of way tonight. I don't know. Thanksgiving got me in my feels. Let's see. Charles is in the house. What's up, brother? Andrew's in the house, all the way from Switzerland. I'm thankful for you, Jay. You're a good friend. Happy Thanksgiving, Andrew. I am thankful for you too, my man. You are one of the best people in the community. Not only do you give all your builds to the kids and all that, but just an overall good guy. And I am thankful to know you now. You know, Mark is in the building. He's got googly eyes. Love you too, man. He says, "Come live on my property." That's a long, long ways away, my man. That's a long ways away. We have some plans. We're coming up with plans. When I say that we're gonna be out of a place to live, I don't mean that we're gonna be out on the streets. Um, I've 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 been smart enough to go through. I've gone through the trials and tribulations that I've gone through in my past, right? And I'm 37 years old now, so I've gotten to the point where I don't I don't like forget to have a backup plan, right? I don't forget to look down the road a little bit and have some money for saved for a rainy day, you know. I'm not rich. I never actually had the opportunity. I'm not going to say that everybody has the opportunity. It's just what you make of it, right? I never got to the point where I could make the investments work for me. Um, because life gets in the way, right? Life gets in the way, and in order to get to an upper echelon financially, you have to sacrifice things and be able to let your money work for itself. And I was never set set up enough to let that happen, if that makes sense, right? And I didn't make the right decisions in life. Like, sometimes you can make a decision and start something that just takes off, right? And then other times you make a decision that your investment doesn't return, right? It's a failure. That's what they consider it. I don't always consider them failures, because if you got something out of it, then it wasn't a failure, right? So the things that I don't think that I've ever actually failed at anything, um, but my ventures have not panned out financially, as a long term deal, right? So I don't even know where I was going with that, but if you can't tell, I'm a little scatterbrained today. We were driving 8 hours today. I was driving all over Long Island, doing what we had to do, getting where we had to get, and just getting ready. Snow's coming. I hear snow's coming, so that's not good. But I'm thankful for snow, right? Because without snow, the world doesn't exist, right? I'm thankful for the moon and the sun and the stars in the sky, right? Everything. However this whole place works. I'm thankful for all that. I was born as a human, right? I could have been born like an ant or something. I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful for the ants, because they're necessary too. Eddie Simple Customs is in the house. Happy Thanksgiving, brother. Good evening, gentlemen. I was there, worked 3 jobs, went with it for a long time. It only gets better. Yeah, right on, Eddie. Right on, man. I've been working since I was 12 years old. That's something that I learned early. If you want something, you better go get it. You better go get it, because ain't nobody gonna give it to you, right? So I learned that early. I started working when I was 12 years old at Riverhead Raceway at the racetrack. I was cleaning up the garbage underneath the bleachers. I went to the track with my mom during the day. She would bring us there, and we had a blast. Me and my brother, my younger brother, we used to run around cleaning up the garbage underneath the bleachers, and finding whatever people had dropped out of their pockets, money and cars. Kids would lose their cars in the dirt or whatever. We'd end up with them, and I ended up selling chairs. When I was 13, I sold chairs, clip-on chairs at the racetrack. $1.25 or something. I think they were $1 at first. Yep. And then I went into the kitchen. I started cooking fries and burgers and all that. Yeah, man. I've been working since I was 12 years old. So I know, Eddie. You want something, you better go get it, because ain't nobody gonna give it to you. And if they did, you got lucky, right? People just show the best part of life on social media. Thanks for your realness, Jay. Yeah, right on, Mark. I truly believe that. I think the saying goes. You don't meet the real person until the third time you meet them. Something like that. The first time you meet them, they're what you want, what they want you to be. No, hold on. The first time you meet someone, you're meeting their representative. There you go. That's the saying. That's the saying. The first time you meet somebody, you're meeting their representative, and that's most people. Most people The first time you meet them, it's a front, right? I never had to put on a front. You know, the only time I ever put on a front like that, like, was when I worked in the restaurant business. Um, when I worked in the restaurant business, and I was a waiter and a bartender, um, depending on depending on who you were serving, depending on who I was serving, my personality would morph a bit, right? And my representative would come out. I have a few representatives, if need be, right? If I was serving a biker gang, I'm gonna be a little more rough around the edges, because one of the first things you learn when you're in a restaurant business and you're a waiter or a server is the performance that you put on, coupled with the quality of your service, is what is going to put money in your pocket and pay the bills, right? So that was one of the first things I learned. Like, it's not just take an order, give it to the cooks, and clean up, right? These people are performers. Like, they're literally, well, I don't know about now, because I don't know, the world changes, right? But when I was doing that back in like '04, '05, '06, um, I was putting on a show. It was basically a show, and you morph into a representative that you think best fits the show. So if I was serving, a biker gang, you're gonna be a little more rough around the edges. If you're serving a group of old ladies, you're gonna be nice and pleasant, right? Always respectful though. No matter what you're doing, there's different representatives that can come out, right? One of the reasons why I loved YouTube and making videos is because I didn't need a representative. Like, I could be myself, and nobody could tell me that I was doing anything wrong. And that's another reason why I never monetized my channel. Because nobody can ever tell me that I did anything wrong, or that I owe them anything. Right? This is my channel, for an hour channel, JDC Family, because I wanted to be 100% transparent and keep it real. It was my therapy. This was my therapy, to build these cars, to build these creations, right? Jay's Diecast creations. That's what it is. They're creations. I didn't want to be just another customizer, because I know I'm not just another customizer. I'm my own person, and my creativity would come out that much more if I didn't have any pressure, if that makes sense. And for staying true to myself and sticking by my guns with this whole process of the YouTube channel, for that I'm thankful. For having the opportunity to give out customs for every 100 subscribers for the first 1,000. For being able to just random act of kindness, like blast out packages for my subscribers, for the community. I'm thankful. There was a point in my life that I would never, ever been able to afford to send out 20 packages at a clip. Like, no way. There's no way that I could have been able to, quote unquote, waste $150 on shipping, right? Because when priorities are on the table and you don't have enough money to eat, you're not even thinking about that, right? What do they say? A hungry dog hunts better, right? Yeah. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be able to put on a platform like this and stay true to myself and not need a representative to to give an entertaining show. You guys taught me that me myself is somebody that is worthy of entertaining. Okay? Now if I had more time, I might possibly make a channel that is different, but I don't have time. I thought about making a channel about parenting and you know all the things that I'm going through with that, and all the decisions that we make, and like the little stuff, like the kind of stroller that we ended up getting, and the bottles that we have, and all the little tricks and stuff that you come up with. I thought about all that. I just don't have the time. I don't have the time because I'm raising two baby girls, right? But you guys gave me the confidence to even think about that. Because years back, I would have been like, nah, I can't do that, you know? So, anyway, I know I'm a little serious on here, and I didn't really intend to be. I just wanted to say that, right? I'm thankful for a lot in life now, because it could always be worse. That's a true statement, Somebody's got it worse. Eddie, I got the fish gutter in my hands over here, just so you know. I was over here twiddling it. Oh man, so I feel thankful for opening my eyes every morning and being able to communicate with all you great people on YouTube. Yeah, right on, Eddie. I'm thankful that I woke up today, and I'll be thankful if I wake up tomorrow, right? Like that's a true statement. Yep. What am I missing here? Rodney's in here. What's going on, Rodney? RD Customs in the house. Rudy Garcia, we take things for granted sometimes. That's when we have to stop and be thankful for what we have. We need to slow down, spend time with the family and friends, and enjoy life. Right, absolutely, 100%, man. 100%. 100%. It can't be said any better than that. There'll be times where I'll just stop out of nowhere and just, stare off into the distance. I might not even be looking at what I'm looking at, right? But my mind is needing a peace. It's finding a peace, right? Like that's one thing that I know from living on Long Island. We grew up here. I grew up out here, and it's all beaches. I don't even go to the beach half the time because I take it for granted, right? I'm not one to go sit on the beach. I don't like sitting in the sun. But I love going there and taking walks and seeing the sunsets, right? And I take that for granted half the time because it's right there. Like I go there whenever. What happens when I don't live here anymore? Right? I lived here for 37 years. So I'm glad that I'm realizing that now before we get off the island, because there's things that I don't take for granted, right? Like I asked Amanda the other day, what do you want to do before we leave here? And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, once we leave, we're gone. We might come back and visit or whatever, but it's a real life change. So I'm thankful for where I live. I'm thankful. How many times have I said that in this live? So many. See how many accounts I can be on in here at one time. Mark's going crazy. Lots of lurkers tonight. Yeah, that's why they've got 14 watching now. Mark's on 5 accounts. Jay, remember that I told you having kids would change your whole perspective. You've gone from being nervous to being reflective on the best parts of life. You are gonna be a great dad. Yeah, right on, Charles. Couple things. It definitely has changed me. Having kids, but as far as being an enlightened mind, that's that's not anything new. Um, the nervousness in front of the camera, obviously, that was you guys. That wasn't the babies, but I was definitely nervous about having babies. Yep, 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 yep. Um, and it's brought the analytical side out of me, like, seeing everything for face value and what it really is. Because once you have babies, everything else is trivial, right? If it doesn't, if it doesn't go straight to, if it doesn't affect the babies, them growing, everything else is trivial. This whole thing, having you know, these cars and everything that I just said about, you know, the hobby and all that, like the hobby in itself is trivial. Money, everything. The babies are the most important thing in life, right? And then it makes you think about life. Like, what is it? Yeah, you're right, Charles. It makes you go somewhere else. uh, yes, he is, Charles. You're gonna be a great dad. I appreciate that, man. I'd like to think that I am a great dad, and that's not me boasting myself up or anything. I'm giving this 157% everything I got, right? Everything I got. It's not about me anymore. It's not about me anymore. It's all about these kids and Amanda. So every bit of energy that I have that I could put into life to make it better for them, I'm giving it everything I got. 100% correct, Charles. Andrew, I'm looking out my home office window at the snow-capped Swiss Alps in the distance. Drinking a hot coffee. Got great hobby friends. Got great hobby friends. Life is good. We all have things to be thankful for. That's right. That's right, Andrew. And that's an awesome, awesome thought to picture where you're sitting right now and what you got going on. Good morning, my man. Good morning. Um, the Swiss Alps, that's something like, we've talked through emails and stuff like that, jokingly, of, maybe I'll just come to Switzerland and visit, right? But in reality, um, I don't know that that'll ever happen. So to be able to, the internet is a huge thing now. Obviously, I'm talking on it right now, but you can Google images and videos and stuff like that, but it doesn't really give you the same effect as actually being there, right? So that's cool, man. That's awesome. I'm 5 minutes from the beach. I showed you guys in the traveling car video. The beach is right up the road, and we caught a ticket down there. I didn't know you needed a permit. There's no signs, and the sign that is there is really small. So I haven't been down there because of that. I don't want to catch another ticket, but and the season was almost over to get a permit, and that, whatever. But we live here in Long Island. It's home of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Some of the most beautiful beaches in the world, and it's one thing that I will miss. I will miss that when we're not here anymore. The smell of the salt water, and